Okay, everybody, here we go. Now this is another video, and for Kevin, I want to show him. I was just talking to him. He was working again down at. He's a checkout person at Shoprite, and I presume he had some time on his hands. But I wanted to. I was talking to him about, and this is what I'm basically looking for, is about to have him drive me around to these various fossil places. And depending on where we go, it pays differently. But we go to North Jersey, it pays $80, and plus I pay for gas and food. And it's a couple hour trip up there. And then if we go to Maryland, that's $100. And again, I pay for gas and food. And then, and he can bring anybody he wants. So he can bring as many people as he wants, but I can only afford to pay him. But I'll pay to feed the others. And this is what we find in North Jersey. Uh, Up near here, I'll show you on the map. I just drew it out on the map. We are here in Vineland, and we go up 206 to 537 over to Freehold, and then just a mile or so, a couple miles over to Marlboro. Maybe I can show that better. Here I live in Vineland, and we go up 206. In case you're not used to it, a lot of you people don't know South Jersey. Uh, Everything basically from here down is farms and woods. Here is a corridor between Philly and New York, and it's all city after city after city. You might as well just lay down cement. And then in the northwestern corner, you've got the Delaware Water Gap, and you've got some beautiful, slightly mountainous country up here. I think the highest point in New Jersey is up here is around 1,800 feet. Now we're lucky if we're 100 feet down here in Vineland. And in relationship, I've talked to you, a lot of you before, in relationship to here's Atlantic City and here's Philadelphia and here's Vineland. So this is the Atlantic City Expressway, so people can shoot down from Philly to Atlantic City, but they're not shooting much anymore because they've opened up gambling in Philadelphia. And last 2 months, for the first time in history, Pennsylvania took in more gambling money than did New Jersey. And and there was a time when there was only Atlantic City and Las Vegas. Las Vegas has taken its hits too. As a matter of fact, 58% of the people that own homes in Nevada are underwater, and a good deal of that is in the Vegas area. They started a super building boom, and soon as Macau and Singapore and Dubai opened up gambling, they took a big hit, and now Vegas is in deep shit. But anyway, so this is Vineland. I live almost right there where it says Vineland. There's a couple acres here, and as soon as I get a camera for outside, I'll show you the backyard. And all this is basically farm. And then this is the Pine Barrens, and everybody's heard about them, where pine trees, the ground is so sandy and everything leaches through that. Mature pine trees in some places are only 4 feet high. You can stand up in the pine forest and see over the tops of the trees. But it's some real nice, clean water. Used to be some decent fishing. I used to do some camping there. But anyway, so what I want, this pays $80. Drive me from Vineland up to Freehold and then over to Marlboro, and it's about 2 miles out of Marlboro is where we find the fossils I'm going back to now. But Kevin, either you or if one of your friends is interested, uh, and you can bring a friend, you can bring anybody, anybody that can fit in the car as far as I'm concerned. Uh, we'll go up there and we'll find some of these. And what we have here, are just varieties, basically varieties of shark's teeth. These things that look like arrowhead sort of things, pointed pencil-like. Oh, there's some Jersey diamonds in the background. Uh, these are Belamites, and they're all in the range of 27.5 to 35 million years old. And over here in the corner, the things that are standing up or laying sideways there are old croc teeth. And then whatever this thing is a claw off of, I think that's my best find yet, but I can't seem to find what it is. If anybody out there knows, please tell me. But I'm going on the assumption that it has all the characteristics of being a claw. And then you can also find pieces of pieces of turtle shell up there. And I always like turtle shell. And this I think, I'm not sure what it is, but it's a bone. I'm not sure if it's a piece of skull or what it is, but you can see how it's been gnawed by mice or some kind of rodent to get the calcium out of it. And then you can still find pieces of coral and stuff. That this was a much warmer climate at one time, and a variety of other things. See the imprint on this stone of some fossil that was in there. More bone, very smooth on the outside. You can tell like the marrow on the inside, and then just tons of small shark's teeth, and then some nicer shark's teeth. But there's a good variety of stuff. Yeah, anybody that's interested can go to a site called Big Brook, and that's where I go. And this is the stuff you find there. And pretty much I have uh, probably 3/4 or more of what you can find there. I probably have found there. So, Kevin, if you're interested, or if any of your friends are, this is what I'm talking about, and you can surely bring them over. And I'm hoping to stir some interest because I want to do a bunch more day trips this year. But I hate driving, and I like riding. But as I said, I pay by the day, and up to North Jersey it's $80, and you get we stop and eat on the way up and the way back, and then I we fill your gas tank up when you get back, so we know you fill it up before you get here, and then when we come back I fill it up, so I buy the gas at a cost that day too, and then of course everybody's seen all this other stuff many times, and I'll roam on back here. I can get my cord. And as I said, this was again for Kevin, uh, and hope he has enough interest, or if not, just an interest in making some extra money if he doesn't mind driving, and or anybody else that picks up on this in South Jersey that'd like to go fossil hunting. I have the shovels necessary and the sifters and everything. Uh, I'd be happy to go. As long as you're a reasonable driver. Trey's driven me up there a couple of times, but he's working full time now. So uh, that's it. And this one, though, again, was made for Kevin, but for anybody else. What I would like to do, though, is if something ever happened to my mother, I'd like to travel around the country doing this, and hopefully, some of you people, I could stop there and we could go into various places you are and find some fossils or petrified wood or crystals or whatever you have there. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you at ShopRite.